Have you ever noticed your cat getting a little too philosophical lately? Sleeping more than usual, staring off into space, breathing just a bit faster, as if they just finished chasing the world's tastiest treat? We often chalk it up to age or just typical cat laziness. Sure, an old friend wants more rest, but sometimes behind that calm exterior, a storm is brewing, an illness that doesn't shout but whispers. And today we're talking about that whisper. How to hear your cat's heart calling for help before it's too late. Hello, friends. Your guide to the wonderful world of whiskers is here. We've talked about cat quirks and strange habits before, but today's topic is serious. We're discussing something veterinarians call congestive heart failure. Sounds like a final sentence, doesn't it? Like the title of the last chapter in a book. But really, it's not a sentence. It's a signal. A red light on the body's dashboard flashing, warning, the heart pump is working overtime. And the most incredible thing is that cats are absolute masters of disguise. They can hide discomfort until the very last moment. Why is this important for every cat owner to know? Because changes, spotted in time, can give your furry philosopher not just days but years of comfortable, happy life. Let's figure out what's happening inside when the heart, that eternal engine, starts to fail. Imagine a perfect house. It has a powerful pump that pushes water through the pipes. The water flows fast, clean, the pressure is normal. That's a healthy cat heart. Now imagine that pump starts working poorly. It pushes water but not as strongly, and the water starts stagnating in the pipes. Pressure builds up, and in the weakest spots, like the lungs or the belly, the pipes start to sweat and then leak. The liquid part of the blood gets pushed out into the surrounding space. That's what congestive means. In the lungs, fluid buildup, making it hard to breathe. In the belly, ascites, swelling up like a balloon. The heart beats faster, trying to compensate for the blockage, but it only makes things worse. Working on overdrive never leads to anything good. So why does this powerful pump suddenly start failing? Did it just break? Usually the cause is another hidden problem. Contrary to popular belief, cats rarely have congenital heart failure. They aren't born with a weak heart. They develop it. And the main culprit here is hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, or HCM. A scary word, right? Simply put, it means the wall of the left ventricle, the heart's main chamber, becomes too thick. Imagine trying to blow up a balloon whose walls have suddenly become thick and stiff rubber. You can inflate it, but it can't relax and let in a new gulp of air. The same happens with the heart. It can't properly relax to fill with blood. Not enough blood gets in, the body panics and makes the heart beat even faster. The walls get even thicker, blood flow slows down, blood clots form, a complete vicious cycle. And genetics are often behind it. Genetics are tricky, especially when it comes to breeds we love for their impressive size or exotic looks. You know, some breeds are in this disease's crosshairs. Maine Coons with their lion-like stature, Ragdolls that go limp in your arms, and mysterious sphinxes. Scientists have found specific gene mutations in them that predispose them to problems with the heart muscle. It doesn't mean every Maine Coon cat will get sick, but the risk is higher, and these cats need especially careful monitoring. And if you add age, say 8 to 10 years, and other issues like hyperthyroidism, where the thyroid works over time, or high blood pressure, then the poor cat's heart works like the engine of an old race car, at its limit, overheating and wearing out. We don't put soda in the gas tank, right? Same with the heart, it needs peace, not a constant race. But how do you know the race has started? The cat won't say, "Hey, I've got tachycardia and shortness of breath." They're silent, but their body talks. Symptoms of congestive heart failure aren't coughing, like in humans. Cats rarely cough. Their main signal is breathing. First red flag, resting breathing rate. The cat is sleeping, and you quietly count how many times their chest rises and falls in 1 minute. Normal is up to 30 breaths. If it's 35, 40, or more, that's a reason to be concerned. Second flag, posture. If you see your cat sitting with elbows spread wide, neck stretched out, breathing with their mouth open like a dog after a run, that's not play. It's a desperate attempt to get some air. At that moment, their lungs could be filled with fluid. Third flag, the belly. Suddenly becoming tight and round like a drum. That's not just ate too much. That's ascites, fluid in the abdominal cavity. And the most terrifying fourth flag, paralysis of the hind legs. The cat suddenly starts crying and dragging its back legs. That's a saddle thrombus. A piece of a blood clot has blocked an artery, and the legs are dying from pain and lack of oxygen. This is an emergency where time is measured not in hours, but in minutes. When you rush to the clinic with one of these symptoms, the vet doesn't look into a magic crystal ball. They have their own detective tools. First, the doctor will listen to the heart. Murmurs, a gallop rhythm, where you hear 3 beats instead of 2, like a horse galloping. Those are clues. Then, an X-ray. It will show if the heart is enlarged. Vets joke it might look like a Valentine's heart, round and big, and if there's fluid in the chest or pulmonary edema. An EKG and a blood test for a special marker called NT-proBNP help confirm that the heart is indeed stretched and struggling. But the main tool, the gold standard, is echocardiography, or an ultrasound of the heart. It's like looking inside the engine. The vet sees with their own eyes, wow, your cat's heart wall is almost a centimeter thick, and it should be 5 millimeters. Are the valves working? Any clots? Only after this investigation can they say for sure, yes, it's the heart, and it needs help right now. The diagnosis is made. But what if the cat is really bad right now? If they're struggling to breathe at this very moment? In a critical situation, when the cat is breathing through its mouth, there's no time to lose. You need to get them to the clinic immediately. Don't wait until morning. Don't hope it will pass. In the car, keep them calm. Don't fuss over them. At the clinic, the cat will be placed in an oxygen chamber or given oxygen to breathe. They'll administer strong diuretics to remove excess fluid from the lungs. If there's a lot of fluid in the chest, the vet might perform a procedure, a needle aspiration to drain it. The cat will immediately breathe easier, and that literally saves a life. Once the crisis is over, the marathon begins. Supportive therapy, heart medication to slow its decline, drugs to prevent clots, possibly medication for thyroid issues. And here, you become the main character. Because no pills will help if the cat lives in constant stress at home without attention. Treatment is 50% the doctor and 50% you. The hardest question, how much time is left? That's like asking, how long is a piece of string? It's very individual. If the disease is caught early, if the cat responds well to treatment, they can live several more years of a perfectly happy life. There are patients who live to 18 or 20 with this diagnosis. What do you need to do? First, breathe, literally. Once a week, count your sleeping cat's breaths. Jot it down in a notebook, it's the best indicator. Second, medication on schedule, no skipping. Third, calm. For a cat with a sick heart, stress is like riding a bike down a mountain with no brakes. Don't throw loud parties. Don't startle them. Create cozy beds in accessible spots. You know, friends, our cat's heart is a tiny, incredibly resilient engine. It can work for a long time if we notice when it's struggling. Don't dismiss lethargy as old age or rapid breathing as just being hot. Listen to your pets. They can't talk, but they can be grateful for every day we give them through our care. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button. It helps us share more stories about the health and happiness of our whiskered friends. And drop a comment below. Have you ever noticed unusual breathing in your cat? Your story might just save a life. Take care of yourselves and those furry little hearts. See you next time.